Hi everyone. I wanted to give a quick update just related to residence permit in Serbia. Number one, yeah, it's a lot of clients are asking me how long does it take because you can find various mm, information or answers to this question online, YouTube forums, etc. But the real answer is it depends on the location in Serbia. So it's if it's going to be some, you know, small towns in Serbia, it's going to vary between a week and 2 weeks, something like that. But if it's one of the major cities like Belgrade or Novi Sad, then it's going to be about 4 weeks, 5 weeks even, depending then again on your legal grounds for your residence permit. But there's nothing alarming about it unless you have plans moving around, going back and forth, maybe going importing your stuff and everything else. But as for the process and for the legality of your stay, it doesn't matter how long it takes. So what we see in practice and the questions that the clients are asking is, how will this affect my application? Does this mean I'm going to be denied or something like that? No, it means nothing. It's the processing time, and it's highly dependent on the volume of applications. And we all know there's Belgrade and Novi Sad are just being targeted the most, and there's like daily tens and tens and tens of applications being submitted. Uh, More of those are submitted electronically, and they are focusing on resolving those. But you have to remember there's also a lot of applications that have to be filed in person for minor children or for some legal basis in particular. Now, the second question that we have is the residency in the interest of the Republic or fast track residency. Now, we have a lot of questions related to that, and I understand all the questions we have because in the last period we had some good news about it. We had some hints from the government they're going to open up even more, and so on and so on. But in practice, it seems that this is, well, very, very difficult and very rare. That's how it used to be a year ago, and years and years back. But just for a quick moment, for a brief window of time, we had this, and of course, it's been abused, and people were just applying for no reason, thinking opening a company will benefit the government that much that they will give it to just anyone who is going to make more than an average income. But that's not true. So it has to be extraordinary. It has to be something worth. Consider it like this: it's some sort of achievement, like a medal, a medal being received from the government or from the president himself. So if you are going to achieve something worth of a medal, you are going to get your citizenship from the Serbian government. That's almost guaranteed. But in all other cases, it's really hard to prove that your work or whatever you're bringing is going to contribute the community, the people of Serbia or the Serbian government in terms of being more efficient or collecting more tax or whatever, making their citizens' life easier. Now, third question is related to visas from the countries which are conditioned with having visa for their citizens first and then entering Serbia and then applying for residence permit. Now, uh, when it comes to those, yeah, it's for some countries it's more easier than ever actually. For let's say for Chinese citizens, for some citizens that are highly demanded now. We have some bilateral agreements with their country, like from Republic of Ghana, but in all honesty, when you apply, you really are throwing dice and you don't know. So it's not just about you good standing. It's just you have to rely on your employer, that they are in good standing, that they are going to provide all the necessary documents, they're going to do every step of the process as it should be done, consult legal professionals, and then conduct the procedure in that way. But most of these employers are just relying on their in-house lawyers, and they're just doing whatever it says in the manual. But in practice, it's just back and forth, throwing documents to the government, and they're throwing documents back, wanting for more. And that consumes a lot of time. So what we get in questions is processing time. Again, depends which job position, which company. Then it's from where, and where will your documents will be processed, in which embassy of Serbia or which consulate of Serbia, and so on and so on. So for that, I highly advise writing us an email or scheduling a consultation, because 180 countries can get visa D. It's just, we have to examine it in every individual case. But if you're from China, if you're from, I don't know, Thailand, if you're from Ghana, if you're from I don't know, Egypt, Sri Lanka, Nepal, you will most likely get your visas, but it'll take some time, because the consulates or embassies are just full. They're full, and it'll take 3 months average to process your visa. But once you enter Serbia, you can do residence permit easily. That's not going to be a problem at all. In that moment, you are equal to a US citizen or any other EU citizen. Doesn't matter. When it comes to permanent residency, after 3 years of continuous stay in Serbia, with, of course, tolerance of 10 months absence from Serbia, there's an asterisk there, because, of course, someone's going to say there is a 6 months sub condition. Yes, if you're longer than 6 months in one go from Serbia, then that disqualifies you. So 10 months in addition, small trips that add to 10 months are tolerable. And within the 3 years period that you have your residence permit, you are qualified to apply for permanent residency. The law says right after permanent residency, you can apply for citizenship. What we see in the latest practices, that they are actually pushing back some people which have no credibility, like very low income or no income at all in their established companies, or no property, nothing. They sold it, they bought it for the residency, they sold it afterwards. So they're pushing back and telling you, okay, after another 3 years of permanent residency, you can come back, and if you're still here, you can apply for citizenship. That's because too many people at one time started applying for citizenship, and they only technically they qualified, but when you scratch under the surface, there's nothing. Like, they faked it, and now they have made everything a little bit harder than it used to be. Other than that, it's just small tweaks, nothing major, like something that you as a client would not even notice in the procedure. It's something for the lawyers to take care of and just iron out the wrinkles, but everything else is the same. There's been an increase in the fees, 2-3%, 5%, I'm not sure. But it's easily accessible online. You can check the figures, or you can write to us. I'll be more than happy to answer. And that's it for now. I mean, we have a steady how should I say, number of foreigners coming, mostly from Western countries, and no, we don't see any spikes in people coming, but it's just a steady flow in the past year. So that's it for now. Please, write in the comments or email us. I'll be more than happy to answer all of your questions that you may have for Serbia. Thank you very much, and we'll see each other again.